Peace, power, and prosperity to everybody. Rob Blackstorm. How's everybody doing? Hope you're having a great night, great day. Well, it's not daytime, but whenever you may watch this tomorrow, who knows. But I hope you're enjoying the day. I did a pretty long lecture yesterday, so I'm not going to do a long one today. I'm actually going to be tapping in to, let me just pull this up on my phone because, it's a bit of a delay. So give me 1 second. Plus, I get some of the people in here. I'm actually going to stop this in about, it's probably going to be 20, 30 minutes, maybe not even that long. I just want to tap in. I'm actually going to be going to Black Magic 363. I'm going to be doing the meditation with Blue Pill. So tapping in to see what they got going on there, see what the meditation's about. And just going in with the family over there. This is not paid. They're not telling me to do this. They probably don't even know that I know they exist, whatever the case is. Although I have, well, anyway, we won't get into that. But I just wanted to stop in and kind of give some points of focus that we could utilize for this meditation in this season of Scorpio, so we could transform and we could become the people that we want to be. We could become as magical as we need to be, and we could develop skills that are going to propel us through the next phase of our life. The next phase, 2022, is coming. It's not going to stop. The metaverse is here. Crypto is here. And, there's war always. There's always war on the righteous. There's always war on those that are pure-hearted. There's always war. You got to have that polarity. You got to have good and evil, light and dark, hot and cold, so there's always going to be those two different things. And there's always going to be within that, so to speak, a battle. But when you rise above that battle of good and evil and realize that everything must exist, high vibration, low vibration, everything must exist, and everything exists really for your favor, then you will then understand that the world is yours, good and bad, right? Everything works to serve for your favor and for your best interest. So give me 1 second. I don't know if you're on the building, so let me just check in. This is like a pop-up live. I know. Oh, okay. I got a couple people in the building. Shout out to y'all. 1 second. Okay. All right, I think I got it here. If you are here, please hit the like button. Shout out to y'all and that are going to be in the chat room. All right, so what we're going to talk about, I just want to get into some significant portions of the number 1111. 1111, according to the numerology of the numbers. So 1 basically means knowledge, right? So knowledge is information, or knowledge is light. This is something I talked about last night. When you have knowledge, you have more light. You have more access to see things that are going on. You have more access to know what's surrounding you, right? I gave an example of an architect looking at an abandoned home versus me looking at an abandoned home. And the architect, obviously, that's what they do. So they're looking at the home differently than the way I am looking at the home. So it's really your perception, how you perceive knowledge, what you're utilizing this knowledge for. So, but the more knowledge you have, the more light you have. So the more information you take in, the more access to life itself that you're able to take in. But this 1111 is basically knowledge squared. So this is knowledge squared, but this is a doorway that we are, even if you look at the numbers 1111, you're looking at a doorway, right? Or you're looking at 2 pillars, so to speak, that you could walk into. There's a verse, Wu-Tang Killer Priest. He says, I judge wisely, sitting on 2 pieces. He says, I judge wisely, as if nothing ever surprised me, lounging between 2 pillars of ivory, right? So this is the type of doorway, spiritual doorway during Scorpio season, which Scorpio season is all about transformation, that we could use and utilize to really manifest some new things in this new world. The old world is dead, right? Everything that happened prior to Corona is old, it's the past, it's done, right? The past is not really a study of history. The past is a study of changes. So if you're looking back at the past, you're looking at slavery, you're looking at World War III, you're looking at the Moors, you're looking at the pyramids, all that stuff is great. All that stuff is good to learn from. Of course, learning about spirituality, deities, gods, religions, ways of life, et cetera, right? But we're in a new paradigm. It's a new day, right? We are in the age of Aquarius. So it's the age of the water bearer, right? So now it is time for us to bring and produce and put new things into existence, right? And we see new things that are developing every day. Again, with these crypto coins, with housing, how everything is shaped, even in your cities with these new mandates, everything is changing, everything is transforming, and we also have to be renewed. We also have to transform ourselves, right? So this is a great day to do so. Peace, Colleen. I see you in the chat. This is a great day to do so. And I just want to get into, just some things that these numbers represent. If you look at 1111, well, I started off as a member of the Nation of Gods and Earths. So when we talked about 1111, we would you add those up. So 1111 is the number one is knowledge, but 1111 adds up to 4, right? So the number 4. So there's 4 corners of the earth, right? If you look at the word news, the word news stands for north, east, west, and south. So the news is really supposed to cover the whole world, right? Obviously, that's not the case, right? We get fake news, biased news, different perspectives on reporting, but it's really just news is north, east, west, and south, 4 corners of the earth, right? So we're looking at a foundational day, shaking up your foundation. What will your foundation be going forward? What type of seeds you want to plant, et cetera, right? So the number 4, according to the Nation of Gods and Earths philosophy and theology, and this is also numerology. And if you look at the 1 to 10 of the lessons in the Nation of Gods and Earths, right? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. 4 is culture freedom, right? Culture freedom. So a culture is one's way of life. Your way of life, the way you live, that is your culture. So not your religion, not your family history, not if you're Indian, Jamaican, African, Haitian, et cetera, European, Finnish, Russian, whatever your nationality is, right? That is not who you are. Yes, that is called culture because it helped you, and you may have certain customs that you've adopted, but your individual culture is what you do each and every day. What are your habits? What are your habits? And your habits are essentially your rituals, right? Your rites. What are you doing on a repetitive basis? That is your culture. So you have to ask yourself during this day, during this doorway, it's really a day of questioning. It's really a day of reflection. It's really a day of looking within, right? And asking yourself, what type of lifestyle am I living? And the lifestyle that I'm living on a day-to-day basis, is it helping me get to where I want to be? Some people want to have super spiritual powers. You want psychic abilities. You want to be able to astral travel. You want to be able to read minds. You want to be able to touch people and feel their energy, et cetera, et cetera. What are you doing in a practical manner to get these things and to develop these abilities? Guess what? You're not going to get them from watching speakers on YouTube. I will tell you that first and foremost. What we do, people like us that are in this community and that are trying to help people and wake people up, what we do is we give you the tools. We basically give you Batman's tool belt. We basically give you the hammer, we give you the nails, we give you the square, right? The compass, whatever you need. And it's up to you to run with that and develop it on your own. If you want to find your purpose, if you want to understand what your purpose is, no one can give that to you, right? No one can really tell you what your purpose is. You could get your chart read to understand a little bit more about your purpose, right? You could do a reading. You could do a reading with me. Don't have to do a reading with me. Do it with someone else if that you're more comfortable with, or whatever the case is. You could get that done. but essentially you are going to have to go within and seek what your purpose is and what you want to do and who you want to be. No one can do this for you. This is not something where someone is going to be able to, you're not going to get this from TV. You're not going to get this from lectures. You're not going to get this from watching debates, right? You'll get some information, right? But it's not going to lead to a culture. The number 4 is culture, right? So your culture is your way of life. We have people that join what they call cults, right? Cults are basically, where people get together. Cult has a bad name, a bad terminology, but really a cult is just a bunch of people getting together and doing the same rituals, living the same lifestyle, et cetera, et cetera. So anything could be a cult. Consciousness could be a cult. A cult. Spirituality is a cult. Christianity is a cult, right? These are cultures. These are ways of life. These are where you have certain rituals and habits that you have to do in order to maintain whatever lifestyle this cult or culture is asking of you, right? For whatever reason that you are utilizing it for. So when we're talking, so number 4, culture, right? 1111 adds up to 4. Culture, right? And it's culture, freedom. So your culture, your way of life, freedom, or a free dome, which would be your dome being your mind, right? So a free dome. So your free dome is only going to, and it's called culture freedom because your free dome is only going to come from your way of life. It's not going to come from reading a million books. It's not going to come from just sitting out, sun gazing or moon gazing, whatever it is. These are tools, these are tips, but eventually you're going to have to walk the walk. And there's going to be challenges as well on this walk. But your spiritual work is going to prepare you to weather the storm, right? Another thing I want to talk about is Spirit kind of was asking me to talk about, heartbreak a little bit. Sometimes when you go through heartbreak, that's part of culture. That's part of awakening you, to be honest. When your heart is broken, right, and you have a bad relationship, or you're going through a bad relationship, or you broke up with somebody and you still feel the hurt, right? That heartbreak is actually opening up something in you. It's very easy to point the finger at the person who did you wrong, or the person that you feel did you wrong, or, whatever the case is. And you may have been done wrong. You may have been done dirty. You may have been misled. You may have been manipulated. You may have been gaslighted. You may have dealt with a narcissist, right? All these things are true. But the key, you were in that relationship to learn a lesson. Your heart was broken so that you could open up a new layer of yourself. It was broken so that a new heart could be reborn. So again, with this 1111 window, you want to look at your culture. You want to look at your relationships, not only the relationships that you have sexually or intimate with, or that are intimate, but the relationships you have with your family, the relationships that you have with your friends, the relationships that you have with your coworkers, the relationship that you have with your environment, the home you live in, right? So this is real serious work. You want to get a pen and paper and maybe write these things out. Really look at what's going on in your life and take a serious look. And today is just opening the doorway, but the rest of the month, the rest of the season, the rest of the year and so forth, how you're going to walk through this doorway, how you're going to achieve your freedom, how you're going to achieve this free mind, how you're going to achieve this expansion of mind. Peace is doing her thing though, peace. So this is really what this 1111 thing is about. And, today is also Veterans Day, right? So, America is celebrating the veterans, and shout out to all the veterans, anybody who have served in the military. It's definitely an honorable and noble thing under the guise of what you probably went in, whether it was to get a house, a car, do better for your family. A lot of times people that look like me, melanated people, or just, people that are in poverty in general, they're going into the military to just become financially successful, just to maybe get out of their neighborhood, just to, maybe escape what they're going through at home. So they go into the military, not really understanding that the military industrial complex is really just designed to eat you and spit you out, right? It's really not, and that's, you should, you should see and observe how they're treating veterans. Veterans don't get treated well here in America at all. You know what I'm saying? They go to war, suffer. Vietnam War, came back hooked on cocaine and heroin, right? So veterans don't get treated well at all. But salute to all the veterans. But what about the veterans in your bloodline? And I'm not talking about military veterans. I'm talking about your hood veterans, people who died that people who got shot that people who, suffered heart attacks, or, people in your family, unfortunately, who may have passed from the Rona, what these veterans that are in your life, your ancestors, so to speak, are your veterans. You also want to take some time today or this evening to reminisce on them, to send a prayer to them, to send a shout out, even if you don't have a candle. If you have a candle, great, light it, or have one lit already on the altar for your veterans, but you also want to think and ponder on the influence and the culture that they left for you. What skills did they have? What ideas did they bring into your life, right? And of course, you don't want to think of, the people that mistreated you, right? You want to honor those. But even the people that mistreated you have a lesson for you. So you really want to take some time to look back and reflect on these veterans that are in your life, these vets that have impacted you, these vets that have been in your neighborhoods or whatever, that have passed or whatever that you know about, and just ponder the impact that they had on your life. A lot of us are so distracted by problems in the world. We're so distracted by just day-to-day life, working, taking care of family, handling the bills. We don't even take time to think. And then not only that, some people don't even take time to think and ponder in their sleep, because you got the TV running when you go to sleep, right? You got the radio on, or you got YouTube on, or you got some other distraction. So even in your sleep, you're being programmed by some other shit. And you could fall asleep to something, but YouTube still got them commercials, right? So you getting still pumped with commercials while you're watching something, so you got to be very mindful also with what you fall asleep to, and be very conscious of what you fall asleep to. So this is a good day if you have to burn some ancestor money. If you have some Monopoly money, you can use that as ancestor money. You can make your own money. Get a piece of paper, cut it up, put dollar bills. You could draw on it, whatever, and not just today, even though it's 11/11, but these are things you could do as ritualistic practices to tap into your ancestors, to basically, and again, the ritual is not really about calling so-called spirits or ghosts. The ritual is more about you forging a connection to your bloodline, for you to get these downloads, for you to get wisdom, for you to get information. And when you do this, you want to call on your ancestors that were righteous, your ancestors that were seekers of truth, your ancestors that were honorable. You don't want to call on the ancestor that was a wino, or, the ancestor that was abusive, or the ancestor that just couldn't get right. You want to have a specific calling and a specific idea when you're doing this. And that's just one tool, but this being Veterans Day, right? We got our own veterans, those of us that come up in these, how 50 Cent says, these harsh urban environments, right? We have our own veterans, and we want to honor those as well. All right. Another thing, I just want to talk about some tools for your physical body as well that will help you connect more as we go into the upcoming winter solstice in December, from December 21st to the 24th, which is the major spiritual gift, transformative, wish fulfilling time, right? That's what those of us that are in the know, so to speak, should be gearing up for. So this month, as I said yesterday, is really shadow work time, so that when you go into Sagittarius, we'll talk about that energy. But these are steps to prepare you really for the winter solstice. So you're fully prepared to go into that and make your wishes a reality. And that energy will propel your 2022 to be phenomenal, right? To be phenomenal. And go through and learn the lessons that you need to grow even in 2022 to get better, you know? So I just want to go into some things that you can or should be taking. These things are not expensive, right? You can get them on Amazon. One thing is black seed oil. All right. Black seed oil is not expensive. Get some black seed oil. If you're melanated, black seed oil has like 100 different compounds. It's great for a lot of different things. I take a drop every morning. It's usually, where's my black seed oil here? Looks something like this, right? And there's different brands. Black seed oil, very good stuff. You know, with everything that's going on, the health crises and sicknesses, definitely something good to take. Another good thing, if you ever get sick or ill, this is, you know, fall going into the winter, people's immune systems may be compromised. You know, get some colloidal silver. This is also something you want to take on a regular religious basis. Okay, again, you can get off Amazon. I think this is like $20. The black seed oil maybe like 15. All right. But how much money you spent on them Hennessy, them OZs, you know what I'm saying, them pills, et cetera, et cetera. So take care of your body. Another thing you could get, probiotics. Again, this ain't the best brand, but gut health. Your energy, your emotional energy comes from your gut. That's why it's very important to be mindful of what you're eating and what you're putting into your body. Because if you're eating a lot of meat, right, your stomach, your intestines have to work overtime. So that means there's less energy going into your brain, and most importantly, less energy going into your prefrontal cortex, where your decisions are made, where you're able to choose between A and B. So when you see a police shooting, right, that may pop up on Monday or whatever, you see a police shooting and the trauma is going to hit you and you're going to be like, damn, why they're doing that to me, right? You can rationalize and say, look, hold up. I'm not going to get emotionally involved. I'm going to observe this. I may talk about it. I'm going to check the facts, but it ain't me. You know what I'm saying? I have empathy for the family. I have empathy for, you know, what they're going through. I have empathy because they culturally look like me. But we also have to remember all skin folk ain't kinfolk. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying a victim of police brutality should experience that, but everybody that looks like us is not us. Everybody that looks like me doesn't mean that I can automatically connect to them just because they look like me. You know what I'm saying? There's people that look like me that want to lay me out in the street and take a selfie. That's just a fact, you know? So we got to be mindful of what we're emotionally bringing our energy to, because what you focus on expands, and whatever you focus on, there's an energy exchange. So there's always going to be, when you focus on it, you're influenced by it, right? That's just the way it is. That's the way our minds work. So we got to be mindful of that as well. Another thing I don't have in here, I have in the bathroom, but you could get what is called atomic ormus, liquid gold. Another great thing to have into the body, something you should be taking on a regular basis as well. These are things, again, to prepare you for all these spiritual powers that you say you want to have. This is the 1111 doorway, just giving you some tools. I've talked about this before, but I think it's great to bring up again. All these spiritual powers you want to say you have. You want to be a magician. You want to have these metaphysical experiences. You want to astral travel. You want to do all this great stuff. Sounds cool. Looks great. You know what I'm saying? But you have to have a certain energy level in order to be able to handle these things. And one way you know is if you sleep in the bed, male or female, right? Your partner should be saying that you're kind of hot. You know what I'm saying? Your partner should be saying you're kind of hot. When I'm in the bed with a woman, 9 times out of 10, they're saying, damn, your body's hot. Your body's hot. You know what I'm saying? It's usually when I'm on my spiritual game and I'm on my path hard, my body heats up because I am channeling more energy doing the spiritual work, doing the breath work, doing the meditation, doing the rituals, you know what I'm saying? Putting candles on my altar, taking spiritual baths, doing affirmations, doing meditations, doing the emotional work to charge myself up. My body heats up naturally. So does yours. Another thing you want to get is you shouldn't be brushing your teeth with any fluoride toothpaste with fluoride. Like those days should be over. the Colgate, the Crest, you know what I'm saying? All that should be over. There's great brands. Want this for y'all. You could get, oh, it looks crazy right there. But there's a brand called Hello. This is actually green, but it looks crazy on the screen. Where you don't, peace to Janet, peace to Lisa Lee. There's a brand called Hello you could get. And it's a great brand. I like the taste. It's better than, there's another brand, Tom's. I don't really like Tom's. Tom's kind of tastes funny. Some people like it, and sometimes it's kind of bland to me, but I like the Hello brand. And it's not that expensive. Really good toothpaste. They also have one with charcoal in it that whitens your teeth. Good stuff, non-fluoridated, right? You don't want to be brushing your teeth with fluoride, talking about you want to do spiritual work, or you want to channel, and you want to, connect with your ancestors and all that. You got to make changes. You got to make sacrifices. You got to go through this doorway. You got to transform. Another thing, chlorophyll, liquid chlorophyll, right? You want to start drinking water with liquid chlorophyll. Why? Because the same way your melanin works, no matter what your color, no matter what your quote unquote color is, you have melanin in your body, right? So melanin absorbs light. Now, Caucasian people don't have eumelanin like we have, right? But with those of you that are melanated, your eumelanin responds great to chlorophyll, right? And you also have, but you have to also, when you're taking these supplements, you got to watch how you're thinking. You got to watch more importantly, what you're emoting, right? Because every thought brings forth an emotion. So you have to really be able to guard your thoughts. And this is why meditation is so intense, so much needed, right? And so much of what we're taught here in the Western world is you just need to buy a thing, right? You need to do a ritual. You need to buy a candle. You need to buy a herb. You need to buy a book. A lot of times you just need to ask yourself questions. You need to ask yourself, what is my purpose? You need to ask yourself, what do I need to do? You need to ask yourself, should I make this move? You need to ask yourself, is this relationship right for me? You need to ask yourself, is this friendship right for me? You need to ask these things of yourself. Literally talk to yourself, sit in silence, turn off the TV for a second, go outside, go in your car, go in nature, right? Ask yourself, sit in solitude, put the phone down, you know what I'm saying, in the morning, before you hop on Instagram, before you hop on Facebook, before you hop on social media, ask yourself these questions, program yourself. Because if you don't program yourself, the world will program you. The world will program you. Social media will program you, the internet will program you, the algorithm will program you. And you have to be very, very careful. I remember when Alpo Martinez died and I turned on my TV to go on YouTube, it's like the whole recommended was a million Alpo Martinez video. I'm like, yo, Alpo, why's the algorithm trying to get me interested in this? Like, I don't care if he, I personally, I don't care if he died. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to him, much respect due to the family, but I got my own family. I got my own goals. And I'm pay attention because what I pay attention to, there's currency. So what I want to pay attention to are things that are going to inspire me or make me better, make me wiser, and make me more magical. All right. So these are just some things you could use. Some of the questions you want to ask. And again, I'm about to tap out soon. Just want to give you some questions you can write down. Again, I'm going to go to Black Magic 363's channel. I'm going to do the meditation with them, see what they're doing, make sure it vibes with what I do as far as meditating. But I'm gonna go into that meditation. I think they're doing it in a couple of minutes, 11:11 as I'm recording this. So I'm gonna go to their channel, Brother Rich and Blue Pills hosting it. I'm gonna engage in that meditation. But some of the questions you might wanna write down, this is what I wrote down, all right? And some of these I have the answer for, but again, as a teacher, I'm just giving you some things you might want to ponder during this meditation, and you might want to write out a script of what these things look at. So the first thing, what is my vision for the future? Okay, what is your vision for the future? Everybody wants to get rich, right? Obviously, everybody wants to get rich. I know, you want to get rich, or if you already got a good amount of money, you want love, right? Two most dominant things in occult spirituality that I get on a regular basis. And the third is, what is your purpose, right? But what is your vision for the future? If you are in a bad situation, if you're homeless, if you're in a neighborhood you don't like, if you're in a situation, a relationship that's not going good for you, right? You want to make your steps, you want to make it practical. Don't just go to getting the G5 and the Rolls Royce and the Rolly and, you know what I'm saying, traveling to Dubai and all that. Like, you might need to first visualize and put your energy into moving. You might need to visualize and put your energy into getting out the relationship. You might need to visualize and put your energy into getting a new career, right? Whatever, and or learning a new skill, right? But make it practical, right? So what is your vision for the future, your dreams, right? Your hopes, your desires. I also wrote lottery, right? Because a lot of people, especially people once they hit the 40 mark or whatever, like they give up on their dreams, they give up on their hopes, and they just divest in the lottery. Like, the lottery is not a, yes, you could hit a lick again. When you hit the lotto, boom, everything goes great. But the lottery is not a viable action plan. Okay. The lottery is not you achieving your dreams. The lottery, yes, you might hit it. You know what I'm saying? One of my visualizations is me, myself, hitting the lottery. But that's not what I'm depending on, right? I'm depending on my own mind, my own vehicle, my body to create things to get me to where I want to be. All right. And doing it practical, step by step by step. I could do this, I could do that, I could do, etc. Then two, so that's one question. What is my vision for the future? Number two, what practical changes can you make for your self-improvement? Okay. What are your points of focus during the day? All right. Look at your YouTube, look at your Instagram, look at your Facebook, look at your Twitter, look at the people that you are following, look at the people that you surround yourself with. All right. These are your points of focus. All right. What are your points of focus? Are they all distractions to get you away from reality? Are you consumed in, you know, learning things that have no benefit for you? A lot of people are just conspiracy theorists. They want to, and I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I'm not knocking that, but people just want to know what's the next thing that the Caucasian is doing next. You know what I'm saying? What's the next thing that the government is doing next? When is Nibiru going to come save me? When is Joe Biden going to pass reparations that are going to come save me? When is, you know, the ancestors going to come back and save me? No one's going to save you but you. You know what I'm saying? So what practical steps can you make? What is it that you need to change? What media intake do you need to change? What food do you need to change and eliminate or add to your diet? What books do you need to start reading? What things do you need to start watching? You know what I'm saying? What drugs, controlled substances do you need to eliminate or add to your life? You know what I'm saying? To make your life better. You have to really look at these things and write these things out and make them practical so that you could see them and you could take them into your meditations, right? So you can have certain themes that you know you really want to work on and that you want to put energy to. The meditation world is your subconscious. That is your astral world. That is where you control everything. And that's where you give energy to your ideas, your goals, and your dreams. If you are homeless, right, your meditation should not really be focused, most of your energy, because you only got a limited amount of battery during the day, right? Your energy and your focus should be on, if you're homeless, to getting a place to live. Your visualization should be about laying in a bed, feeling how good it feels with the covers on, feeling how good feels to lay on the pillow, right? Feeling how good it feels to have heat or AC or whatever those things are. That's where you want to focus most of your energy, right? So what practical, right? Not supernatural. Practical changes can you make for your self-improvement? Number three, what can I do to make more money? All right, real talk. What skills do you have, right? What talents do you have, right? What is your current job skills that you could use and translate to either take on the internet, either, you could start internet courses. There's people doing that. You could create your own classes. You could start creating. Some people sew, some people paint, some people rap, some people do music, some people do art, right? Some people are supposed to be architects, some people are geniuses of the computer, whatever it is. What can you do to create a side hustle where you can make more money? How can you market yourself so that you can make more money, right? There's outlets out here. You got the internet. There's no excuse anymore. There's little 11, 12, 13-year-old kids making millions out here using the internet. So it's really up to you. Told y'all my daughter trades Forex. She's making bank, all right? She's selling shit using the internet, right? Things I didn't have the access to when I was 18. So you have the ability to be who you want to be. There's no excuse to be broke. There's no excuse to be broke in 2021. If you're broke, you're just stuck in a hood mentality and you haven't got yourself out of it yet, right? There's no excuse. There's too many opportunities out here for you to get money. So figure out what you can do. Take your time. Take this into your meditations. And last but not least, number 4, who do I need to keep, eliminate, or add to your circle? So you know who you hang out with. You know who you sleeping with. You know the lover or lovers you have. You know the circle you have. You know the coworkers you hang out with. You know, there's people in your life that gotta go. You know they gotta go. And if you don't know that you gotta go, ask yourself in silence. When you lay on your bed at night, before you go to bed in the morning, ask yourself, right? And how it feels, the energy and motion that comes up will tell you. You ask this on a repetitive basis, there's an emotion, an energy emotion. It's going to rise from your gut. The Kundalini energy that we always talk about, that serpentine energy, that Naga energy, it's going to rise up and tell you who and what is going on with you. So you want to be deliberate and you want to be honest. This is Scorpio season. This is honesty season. This is underworld season. This is going into what you haven't faced, what you're scared to face, and facing it. There's some people that gotta go, and there's people in your circle that are going to be good for you. There's maybe somebody that you did dirty that you need to bring back into your life and apologize. Real talk, you need to apologize. You need to really put yourself out there, say, yo, I did this XYZ, I apologize. Look, I need, you know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have done it, XYZ. There's nothing wrong with humbling yourself and apologizing, you know what I'm saying? But you may need to add somebody to your life. You may need to let somebody go. You may be to eliminate somebody, right? And the people that you need to keep, right? Always have somebody that's funny around you, right? Always have somebody that could make you laugh, because life has many ups and downs, and you need people that's going to make you laugh. I say laughter a day is one of the best things in the world, right? I try to laugh every single day. I try to find something to laugh at every single day. If you look at comedians, right, and you look at their ages, like Google one of your favorite comedians, and you'll notice that they're younger. They look younger than what their age is. It's because they're always laughing. Laughter is truly one of the best medicine. All right, it's 11:06 here Eastern time. I'm going to tap in with Brother Richard's channel and tap into this meditation. Oh, and Kanye is coming out with part 2 of the Drink Champs. If you mess with Kanye, I suggest it might be something you want to tap into after the meditation, right? But, hope these things help. I hope that you are on your path. I hope you utilize this doorway. I hope your thoughts, your mindset, and the energy that you're putting in motion, your emotions are really geared towards your best and higher selves, because we need you. Your children need you to be that. You need to be able to give these gifts and this wisdom to your children if you have them. And my children need to be around your children, right? So we need to become our best selves so we create a better future for when we become the ancestors, right? Because one day we'll be ancestors. And with that said, thank you for tuning in. I love y'all. Divine Goddess, peace to you. All right, peace to everybody in the chat. Peace to everybody who tuned in. Peace, power, and prosperity. Rob Blackstar, I'm out. I love y'all. And thank you for your energy and your time.